Hello and welcome to episode number 43 of WITM Season 5. And it's Monday night, which means it's time for Monday Night Raw. And the former Universal Champion Dalton Roush will be making his first appearance and his first action since losing the Universal title to Brock Lesnar in an outstanding epic match at Royal Rumble about 2 weeks ago. Or maybe it was last week. I honestly can't remember. But anyway, Dalton Roush will be in the main event, and he's going to be taking on Finn Balor. That should be a great matchup. But before we get to that matchup, we are going to be hearing from Dalton Roush for the first time since the loss of his Universal title. What are his thoughts following that match? And what are his plans going forward? Let's take a listen and find out. Dalton Roush is in the ring, microphone in hand. Let's hear what he has to say. At Royal Rumble, I lost my Universal title to Brock Lesnar. But make no mistake, I am still the premier talent and the best in the world. Brock Lesnar knows that. That's why he attacked me backstage a couple weeks ago, prior to our match. Had I not still been banged up from that brutal attack, I'd still be standing here, Universal Champion. However, I'm going to chalk this one down to a learning experience. Being attacked by Lesnar made me realize that being the best means having a gigantic target on your back. And so, once again, I'm going to do things a little different than others. Rather than being that Hollywood actor or athlete that desperately tries to hide his demons from the public, I'm going to bring my demons front and center. So please welcome my new personal bodyguards, the Demons, Aaron Danger and Jason M.
I go to sleep with my demons, creep in my head every night. They come to shred all my dreams and I bled on my bed. Why is this my life?
Alright, the Demons, we got to briefly see them make their way to the ring, but another man that has some experience being a demon, Finn Balor, Dalton Roush's opponent in the main event tonight, also made his way to the ring, and he wants to speak to Dalton Roush. What does Finn Balor have to say? So, the premier talent can't get by without a little help, huh? You know, they call me extraordinary as just a man. But when I need to take it to the next level, when I need to unleash the demon, everything I need is already inside of me. I don't need to hire a couple of goons to do that for me. Dalton responds. Is that so? Is that why you need an army of friends to even get you to the WWE? And why you were able to last 24 hours as Universal Champion? And that provokes Finn Balor and the Demons going right to work. We don't see it, but the Demons going right to work, separating Balor from Dalton Roush, and that sets the stage for our main event tonight, where the Demons are going to make their first appearance on the main roster at ringside as the personal bodyguards of Dalton Roush, making sure that no one is able to blindside him or attack him like Brock Lesnar did 2 weeks prior to their Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Now let's get Raw started.
I look at this card and my mouth starts to water. Singles match on tap
We start
next.
things off with Dolph Ziggler taking on Jinder Mahal, accompanied by the Singh brothers. And Jinder Mahal is going to pick up the victory. Just give me a moment after each of these results to jot it down on my computer real quick so I have them handy for when we do our rankings update. Next up, women's tag team action, the final qualifier for the Raw brand for the Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber that will crown the very first women's tag team champions. And it's going to be the Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks, moving on to that historic matchup. They defeat Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross. Next up, more women's action. Natalya takes on a very fierce rival of hers, the woman that disrespected her late father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Ruby Riott, accompanied by the rest of the Riott squad, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. And Natalya is going to get a little revenge and pick up the victory. Next up, Drew McIntyre takes on Mojo Rawley. And Mojo Rawley with an upset victory. That may be enough to make him the #1 contender to Intercontinental title, because the current #1 contender, Dolph Ziggler, lost. I'm pretty sure Rawley was pretty high up there in the Intercontinental title rankings, so an upset victory will be pretty huge for him. Next up, we were both in real life and in WITM originally scheduled to have an Intercontinental Championship match, but Lashley chickened out in real life and sent Lio Rush to fight in his place, so no Intercontinental title match. It's going to be on WITM. It's going to be Lio Rush accompanied by the Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley taking on Tyler Breeze. And Lio Rush of 205 Live is going to pick up the victory. Next up, Seth Rollins takes on the former Raw General Manager Baron Corbin, and Rollins picks up the victory. And now finally it's time for our in-ring action this evening. How will Dalton Roush bounce back from the loss of his Universal title? He takes on Finn Balor, and Dalton will be accompanied by a team that has been very impressive on NXT. Now also Dalton Roush's personal bodyguards, Aaron Danger and Jason M, the Demons. Let's get that match loading up.
Hold on to your seats. We have singles action coming up next. We have Finn Balor against an imposing adversary. Let's do it.
All right. Dalton Roush, you've already mentioned, coming off the loss of his Universal title, his first match since. The Demons, they were part of Halftime Heat last night, and they were very impressive. They teamed with Aleister Black to pick up the victory over 3 very tough opponents, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and AI Master last night. And they'll be awarded 1 day later by having the opportunity to work for former Hollywood star and former Universal Champion, the premier talent Dalton Roush, on Raw. And having some involvement in the main events of Raw. As for Finn Balor, Dalton Roush mentioned it briefly, his 1 Universal title reign lasted about 24 hours. Balor would love to get back in the Universal title picture as WrestleMania approaches. Defeating the former champion would be a great way to do that. So, a big main event. Let's get it underway.
Making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor.
One of the most incredible athletes ever set foot in Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor, first ever Universal Champion. This man is an enigma with a profound skill set that we have never witnessed before. Gentlemen, it's for real. Guys, if you're looking for a billboard example of a superstar who has the it factor, look no further than Finn Balor.
Accompanied by the lunatic, Aaron Danger. And from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 257 pounds,
WWE was exciting superstars ready to square off here. And there's nothing quite like seeing two superstars settling in the ring in one-on-one action, Michael. How could you take his life away? How could you be so full of hate? When I heard you let him die and leave the world, I wonder why I sat at home and on my own. I cried alone and scratched your name in the side of a bullet. This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite.
This match is underway.
And man,
Balor starting off with technical offense. Going after the arms and wrists of Dalton. And Balor successful to begin the match. Irish up into the ropes.
Drop down.
And they just kind of collide in the middle.
Jarring impact.
Now Dalton with some technical offense of his own. Balor already heading outside to try to recollect himself. Dalton with a reversal. Balor with a series of strikes.
Face buster.
And now it's Dalton heading to the outside trying to recollect himself. But Balor is going to join him on the outside. Balor misses with a drop kick, and that gives Dalton an opportunity to head back inside.
Wow, talk about
But Balor attacks him from the apron, and that forces Dalton into a groggy position and now forced onto the apron and heading right back outside. Balor maybe thinking high-risk maneuver here.
Look at Finn Balor stalking him.
And he takes flight and connects with that missile drop kick from the top rope to the outside. Balor sent back into the ring. There's a stomp to the back of the leg.
Nasty one right to the chest.
Elbow drop to the chest. Stomp to the chest. Dalton bending that arm of Balor back as far as he can.
But he's very aware of who he's
now drags Balor closer to the ring.
Hey, you're going to absorb some punishment in a wrestling match. It just
There's
goes
a knee
along with
to
the
the
territory.
wrist of Balor.
He knows that. I doubt he's all that concerned at this point.
This is all part of the process,
Demons
guys.
approving
he knew he
of
would take on some offense here tonight. He just has to make
the work
sure
of the man who has just hired their services.
Street slam.
Dalton looking pretty impressive in this match so far.
Boom! What a suplex.
Suplex by Dalton forces Balor into a seated position.
What do you think Finn Balor needs to focus on right now?
He'll need to find a way to turn things around here.
If he wants to win this thing, he's going to need to make some changes here. There's no way he can
Dalton
stay in this
using
match
his
if he
legs
doesn't
to
find a way to fend off this
attack the chest of Balor, but he's able to free himself with some punches.
Taking out the arm.
Jumping arm breaker by Dalton. Dalton really making a target of those arms of Finn Balor. Now forced him to his feet.
Look out.
Baby Rock bottom connects. Drags Balor closer to the ring. The Demons approve.
He's got him covered.
Dalton goes for cover. And one signature maneuver. And of course some damage on the outside as well is going to be all Dalton needs to put away Finn Balor with the Demons at ringside watching. Dalton bounces back from the loss of his Universal title with a victory in the main event of Raw.
Here is your winner, Dalton.
That's a big win for him, ladies and gentlemen. Few things are more rewarding than that feeling of keeping your opponent's shoulders down for the 2 count. What a matchup that was. Truly incredible.
Alright, Dalton looking strong in this matchup. Using some outside damage to wear down Balor. Good technical offense, constantly attacking those arms. And Dalton didn't even need to use his side of a bullet finisher. All he needed was the Baby Rock bottom signature maneuver. And that was all it took to put away Finn Balor, the man he had some words with prior to the match. And we read off all the results before this match, so let's go ahead and head on over and do our rankings update. So let me jot down the result from the last match real quick. Okay, Natalya in women's action, starting with the women. Natalya defeated Ruby Riott. Natalya moves up to number 7. Riott falls to number 5. The Raw Women's Champion is Bayley. Number 1 contender Alexa Bliss. Number 2 Tamina. Number 3 Ronda Rousey. Number 4 Nia Jax. Number 5 Ruby Riott. Number 6 Dana Brooke. Number 7 Natalya. Number 8 Mickie James. Number 9 Sasha Banks. Number 10 Sarah Logan. Number 11 Liv Morgan. Number 12 Alicia Fox. In the Raw Tag Team division, I don't think there were any tag team matches, so their division rankings remain the same. The Raw Tag Team Champions are the Ascension. Number 2 the Revival. Number 2 Rude and Gable. Number 3 the B Team. Number 4 Hawkins and Ryder. Number 5 Lucha House Party. Number 6 Heavy Machinery. Number 7 Heath Slater and Rhino. In the Intercontinental Championship division, Jinder Mahal defeated Dolph Ziggler. Mahal moves up to number 9. Ziggler falls to number 3. Mojo Rawley defeated Drew McIntyre. Rawley remains number 1 contender. McIntyre is not in this division. Lio Rush of 205 Live defeated Tyler Breeze. We'll have to go into the Cruiserweight division rankings to move Rush up, as he is only on Raw usually as a manager. And Breeze falls to number 3, but Ziggler lost as well, so that's very good news for Corey. Ziggler moves up to number 4, or moves down to number 4. Wow, I can't speak today. Breeze moves down to number 3, and Corey, who started the night as number 5 contender, is now the number 2 contender to the Intercontinental title. Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin. Rollins is now in the Universal title division, and Corbin falls to number 6. The Intercontinental champion is Bobby Lashley. Number 1 contender, Mojo Rawley. Number 2, Corey. Number 3, Tyler Breeze. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler. Number 5, No Way Jose. Number 6, Baron Corbin. Number 7, Apollo Crews. Number 8, Elias. Number 9, Jinder Mahal. Number 10, Titus O'Neil. Number 11, Dean Ambrose. Number 12, EC3. In the Universal title rankings, Mojo Rawley defeated Drew McIntyre. Rawley is in the Intercontinental title division. McIntyre falls down to number 4. Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin. Rollins moves up to number 4. Corbin is in the Intercontinental title division. And Dalton Roush defeated Finn Balor. Dalton remains number 1 contender. And Balor falls to number 3. The Universal Champion is Brock Lesnar. Number 1 contender, Dalton Roush. Number 2, Braun Strowman. Number 3, Finn Balor. Number 4, Seth Rollins. And number 5, Drew McIntyre. And then we'll need to head over to the 205 Live rankings and move up Lio Rush as well. So just bear with me a moment for that. Lio Rush moves up to number 5 after defeating Tyler Breeze on Raw. The Cruiserweight Champion is Andrew Spudstrong. Number 1 contender, Drew Gulak. Number 2, Kalisto. Number 3, Mike Kanellis. Number 4, Cedric Alexander. Number 5, Lio Rush. Number 6, Akira Tozawa. Number 7, TJP. Number 8, Buddy Murphy. Number 9, Humberto Carrillo. Number 10, Aria Davari. Number 11, Graham Metzelik. Number 12, Noam Dar. Number 13, Tony Nese. Number 14, Brian Kendrick. Number 15, Lindsay Dorado. And number 16, Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Now we move on to SmackDown Live. Is Gerald finally going to get a booking on SmackDown Live after 5 weeks of not being booked? No, he will not. It's going to be yet another week off for Gerald. We do have some plans for him in the future to hopefully get more bookings, but for the time being, he is going to get yet another week off, but we will still have action for you tomorrow night on 205 Live, where the Cruiserweight Champion, Andrew Spudstrong, is always booked on 205 Live, so we'll see him in action tomorrow night. We don't know what the stipulation will be or who the opponent will be yet, as I'm going to wait and see what happens on the real life SmackDown before I sim this one. That way I can add any title matches or number 1 contenders matches if need be. So that is going to do it for tonight's episode number 43. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. Check out the links in the description. The first is the WITM website. That's where you can find out how to join the WITM action for free and get your own custom character with custom entrants, custom movesets, custom promos, and custom storylines. Check out the WITM Twitter as well for all the latest WITM news, announcements, and updates. Until episode number 44, tomorrow night, for some Cruiserweight action and featuring the Cruiserweight Champion, Andrew Spudstrong. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.